Hello again, first grade. Before we learn how to make some of the strokes that we'll use to write our letters, we're going to talk about the parts of our paper. So this is what one line of our paper will look like, and we want to learn the names of the different parts. That's important because different letters are written with different strokes and they start at different parts of the line. So we want to make sure that we know the names of the different parts of the line so we can start each letter in the correct space. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this. This is the baseline. Can you say baseline? Good. This is our baseline. So that is on the bottom. A lot of our letters will be resting on the baseline. This line up here, we call it our top baseline. Can you say top baseline? Excellent. So on the bottom, we have our baseline, and then on the top, we have our top baseline. This line in the middle, see how it isn't solid, how it's dashed? We call this the dotted line. Can you say dotted line? Excellent. So this here in the middle is our dotted line. And then over here on the side, this is what we call our margin. Can you say margin? Good. So that means the very edge of our paper often. Sometimes the margin is a little bit different. I'll show you an example. When we have paper that looks like this, like in our wall charts, there's an actual line drawn in that we would call the margin. But if our paper doesn't have a line like this, then we would just consider the edge of the paper to be the margin. The margin is important because whenever we start writing, we're always going to start close to the margin. We don't want our letters to be touching the margin, but we wouldn't start way over here. We always start close to the margin. Now in English, we always read and write in the same direction. So we would start by the margin and we read and write going this way. So we call this the direction we read and write. So anytime we're reading or writing in English, we'll start near the margin and go all the way to the end, and then we'll come down to the next line, start near the margin, and go all the way to the end. It's like when you're reading a book, right? You always read in this way all the way until you get to the next line. So in English, we always read and write in this direction. So we call this the direction we read and write. Right, now let's review the parts of our paper. What is this? If you said top baseline, you were correct. How about this? Right, that is the dotted line. And how about this? Excellent. This is the baseline. What do we call this? Right, that's our margin. And how about this? That arrow is showing the direction we read and write. So when I say in the direction we read and write, you know that it means going this way. All right, I'm going to see if I can get another teacher to come in and help me and show you how you should be practicing getting ready to write and holding your pencil.